Hello dear children, welcome to my channel English Crossroad. Today we are going to start a new unit, Unit 3 of Class 7 NCERT Poorvi textbook. The name of this unit is Dreams and Discoveries. We all children have many dreams. Children are dreaming, isn't it? When we think that when we grow up we will become that, we will discover this thing. So and so many dreams and discoveries we want. We have many dreams as well as we want to discover many new things. So this unit is about dreams and discoveries. And the first lesson is my brother's great invention. Okay, so this lesson is about some invention. And before going to the lesson, let's do some of the activities of this lesson. Let us do these activities before we read. Work in pairs and guess the invention. You have to guess the invention what is given here. I am a concept invented by ancient Indian mathematicians. I add value to numbers without me. So this number is adding value to the number. This is invented by Indian mathematicians. I add value to numbers. Without me, calculation in the modern digital world would be impossible. So what is it that is invented by mathematician? Indian mathematician? It is the digit 0. Okay, it is invented by Indian mathematicians. I am an ancient Indian practice. Now another Indian ancient practice. Now popular globally. It is an Indian practice and it is popular globally. I focus on physical and mental well-being. What is it? Yoga. Physical and mental health we are getting from doing yoga. So Indian practice, that is yoga, which is now accepted everywhere in the world. Discuss in groups of 4 what you think the world today would have been like without inventions and discoveries. That is, if we are thinking that our world is not having any invention or discoveries, then what will be the world now? See, if we have not made invention, discoveries and all, then our life would have been very difficult and slow. If we would not have electricity then, if we have not done any discovery, then no electricity, we would still be living in darkness at night using candles or oil lamps. Then no transport inventions would have happened. People would have to walk long distance or use animals for travel instead of cars, trains or airplanes. No medical discoveries. Many diseases would remain untreated and life expectancy would be much shorter, because if there is no medicine we will fall sick and we will not be able to cure the diseases. No communication inventions, that is without the telephone, internet or mobile phones people could not connect instantly across the world. Earlier what we were doing, we were writing letters and sending to the other person. In this way we were passing your message. Now you see, with the mobile phone and all, how quick we are passing the message, sending the message from one country to the other country or other part of the world, isn't it? No scientific progress. There would be no computers, machines or modern comforts that make life easier. In short, inventions and discoveries have shaped human progress. We have done this much progress only because of these inventions and discoveries. Without them, the world would have been backward, uncomfortable, and unsafe. So, we have learned in our history books and all how the people were living when there was no new discoveries and inventions, isn't it? Now, fill the grid given below with the missing letters to complete the words. These words display qualities of an inventor. So, here a word grid is there where you have to write some of the qualities you have to write in this word grid, that are the qualities of an inventor. CR-ATV-T. What is this? Creativity. 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 CURIOSITY. Curiosity. No, here RISK. Here it is a hyphen. No? So risk taking. Then it is determination. 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 And the last one is imagination. 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 So all these qualities an inventor should have. Then only that person will be able to invent a new thing. Now let's start the lesson. This is the first scene. Who put that water bag here? Roared my father from the front doorstep. Your burglar alarm. I hissed to my brother Anand, who was getting ready to disappear from the house. So, first of all, there is a roar from his father. And what is it? Who put the water bag here? Roar from my father. That means the father was shouting, and he was asking, who has put that water bag there? And your burglar alarm. I hissed to my brother. So, sister is scolding his, scolding her brother Anand and saying, your burglar alarm. Burglar alarm means the alarm which we are keeping when a burglar enters the house. The alarm is on and we will identify the thief is in. He has kept near the front door, and that is what the sister is saying, your burglar alarm. And this Anand, when father was shouting, he was ready to disappear from the house. So he wanted to escape from there. Ma rushed in to see what the racket was all about and found Papa standing there, soaping wet and scolding. So you see here, Ma rushed when Ma heard, Ma means mother. When mother heard the scolding of the father, she came there to see what the racket. Racket means what? A loud and disturbing noise. That means what is the loud noise was all about and found. And when she came there, what did she see? She saw that Papa is standing there, soaping wet and scalding. Soaping wet means is soaked with water. Water has fell on him. See, when we go to take a bath, when we pour water over, we will get wet. Now, in the same way, Papa was standing there, fully wet with water. Scowling, having an angry or frowning expression. That means he was very angry. Okay, he was standing there with a frown face. Why? Because he was wet with water. I want to know who is behind this nonsense, Papa said grimly. Grimly means firmly, he was saying, I want to know who has done this mischief. I think it's supposed to be a burglar alarm, Ma said in a soothing voice. When she saw this, she understood. Okay, so she is saying in a soothing voice. She was trying to make the father calm. She was not scolding her son, but she was trying to make her husband calm. I don't care what it's supposed to be, Papa said. Where's that boy? I'm sure he rigged this up. So father was not convinced and he was saying that where's that boy? He understood that this was done by Anand. So he is asking, where's that boy? I'm sure he rigged this up. He rigged this up means he had assembled something temporarily like this. That means he had made it and put it there on the door, in the front door. When father opened the door, what happened? That water fell on his body and he was soaked. And now he understood that who has done it? It was done by his son Anand. Anand had vanished by this time. Vanished means disappeared from there. Okay. Anand had vanished by this time and reappeared only after dinner when Papa had cooled down. So he went from there and he did not come in front of his father until his father has cooled down. That means after some time he will be normally cool. No. So after the dinner, he reappeared. Reappeared means he came there again only after dinner. So father had his dinner, and when father is cool now, at that time he came to the house. Before this story, let me put you in the picture. I am Anita. So who is saying the story? Anita is saying. Anita is the sister of Anand. I am Anita, 14 years old. My brother Anand, 1 year younger than me. So brother Anand is younger than me. That is, she is 14 years of old. Then he is 13 years. Cause all that hoo-ha with his burglar alarm. So she is saying that my brother, who is 13 years of old and his name is Anand, he has created all this problem in the house. And this is not the first time he's got on Papa's nerves or frightened someone half to death in the house. So she's saying that this is not the first incident. That means he is creating some or the other thing which is making his father also nervous. Also, sometimes others are so frightened that they feel that they are going to die. That is half to death. That means severely scared by his inventions. The trouble with him the trouble with him is that he thinks he is a scientist. So, what does he think about himself? He thinks that he is a scientist. And we know scientists always discover something new. So that is why Anand was also trying to do something new every time. He loves tinkering with all sorts of electrical gadgets, tools, dynamos, planks of woods, and things like that. What is his favorite hobby? He loves tinkering. Tinkering means what? Experimenting or fiddling. He wants to experiment. Okay, with what all things he was experimenting? With tools, dynamos, planks of wood, and things like that. Dynamos means which generate electricity. Okay, so all these things he was using, and he was trying to invent new things every time. And he keeps creating inventions that never work out as they are supposed to. So what he thinks and what he's developing, or what is he inventing, actually it doesn't work. Whenever he try to invent something, it is not possible for him to, the last final product is not what he is supposed to, means what he thinks, he is not able to do that. Recently, there had been a rush of thefts in the colony, and Anand had got it into his head that what was needed was a burglar alarm. So recently, what happened in their colony? There was a rush of theft. That means burglars were getting in. Thieves were getting into the house. Anand had got it into his head, and he thought that what they need is a burglar alarm. So the minute Papa left for the office and Ma for the market, he started on his latest scheme. So father went to office, mother went to market, and he started his invention of making a burglar alarm. As usual, I had to be involved, though I would have preferred to finish my novel. So, you see, is that every time Anand is doing something, he is making this sister also involved in it. She likes to read novel, but he will always, maybe he is asking for help to do this, to do that, or to hold it or something. He is always taking the help of his sister. So, what does she prefer? She would like to finish her novel. If you get a shelling, don't bring me in. I warned Anand. So what is here shelling? Here shelling means sister is warning Anand that if he is getting a scolding or a punishment, don't say her name. So if you get a shelling, don't bring me in. That means if he is going to get any punishment because of his invention, he should not say the name of his sister. She don't want any punishment for that. Nothing will go wrong this time. I have planned it out carefully. See the blueprint. So now he is saying, he's so confident that he is showing his blueprint and saying that nothing will go wrong. Everything will be fine. Everything will be going according to the plan. Anand loves words like blueprint. It makes him feel professional anyway. So when he is using the words like blueprint and all, you feel that he is a professional, he is a scientist. Anyway, I looked at the elaborate drawing of doors, wires, and belts and asked, how does this thing work? Now, elaborate means what? In a detailed drawing. Okay, he was having a detailed drawing. By looking at the drawing, she was asking, how will it work? It's quite simple. The moment the door opens, this alarm is tripped off. That means if anyone is opening the door, what will happen? This alarm is tripped off. It will be tripped off and it will make a clanging sound. Then this water bag here is loosened and falls on the thief's head. As soon as it is stripped off, what will happen? It will be loosened, and the water which he has tied there, it will be loosened and it will be falling on the thief's head. By then we call the police. Simple. So he's saying that if this happens, this is the time when we can call the police. So he's saying that there is an alarm, and as soon as the door is opened, it will be tripped off. Ringing sound means what? A loud ringing sound. So it will be a loud ringing sound will be there, and the water bag, it will be loosened and it will fall on thief's head, and they will be able to, as soon as they hear the sound, they can call the police. But how does the alarm know that a burglar is opening the door? Now, this is the question by Anita. How will this alarm know that a burglar is entering there? I have taken care of that, Anand said loftily. So he said carelessly that he has taken care of that. I had my own doubts about the alarm's guessing powers, but kept them to myself because when Anand is in one of his inventive mood, nothing stops him. So Anita had a doubt about it. But she did not ask any doubt to Anand, because when he is in the mood to invent something new, he will not be taking care of all these things. You see, Anand explains smugly. A thief tries to open the door steadily. I have rigged it up so that the alarm works only when the door is opened gently. So, how he has planned? He has planned in such a way that if the door is opened gently, the thief will not come in a harsh way. He will be opening the doors secretly and it will be very gently. So, he's saying that if the door is opened very gently, then only this alarm will work. I was skeptical. Remember, skeptical means what? Doubtful. I was skeptical. Remember, if Papa asks, I am not involved. So she's reminding him again that if Papa is asking anything about it, I was not there. I was not involved in doing all this invention. I won't. Now clean up this mess before anyone gets home. So when we are doing some work, there will be a mess. So she is asking to clean it. As you already know, my doubts about the alarm were quite justified. Papa, who always opens the door softly, was thoroughly shocked and angry as angry could be. Anyway, for a week after this, Anand did not dare try out anything new. So, as father was also opening the door very gently, and he has made this invention in such a way that if anyone is opening the door very gently, this will happen. That is, the alarm will be ringing and the water will be falling on the person. Now, what doubt she was having, the same thing happened there. Now, after that, he did not dare to do something new. Anand did not dare to try anything new. Then we saw this film, Back to the Future. Okay, after that, after that incident, they saw a film. After that incident, they saw a film, Back to the Future. I don't know if you have seen it, but it's all about a time machine. So this movie, that is Back to the Future, is about a time machine. Well, that was the end of the peace and quiet in the house. That means after seeing this movie, again Anand started to do new invention, because you see, it is said that that was the end of peace. She's saying the peace is over and quiet in the house. That means then onwards he started to do new invention. My brother decided that he had to make a time machine too. So he also decided to make a time machine. Papa locked up his toolbox and hid the key while Ma kept a wary eye on her oven and mixer. Then parents came to know about his new wish. What happened? What happened? Papa locked up his tools and Ma was always having an eye on him so that he should not take all these things to make his invention. Because as I told you, when Anand is on one of his inventing bins, he takes apart all the gadgets in the house to collect parts. So he is taking the parts from where? From the gadgets that are there in their house. So mother was worried that he will be taking the oven or the mixie and he will be taking the parts of it. You can't imagine the noise that was going on. Hammering and sawing and clattering. Anand's room next to our room was transformed into a network of wires, springs, levers, and bulbs. There was an enormous panel which was to be control switchboard. So in his room, now Anand's room was totally a workshop. He was hammering and sawing and clattering. Then what he has made his room, he was transformed into a workshop. Wires were there, springs were there, levers, bulb, everything was there, because he was accumulating all these things to make his new invention. There was an enormous panel which was to be controlled by the switchboard. As for Anand, he went around looking like a savage. When Ma didn't notice, the fellow didn't even comb his hair. So he has forgot everything, only he was giving attention for his new invention. Anand just wouldn't let anyone into his room. Just wouldn't let anyone means he will not allow anyone to enter his room. Finally, after a fortnight of frantic means hurried and disorganized, means it is not organized properly. In a hurry, what all things he can do, he did it. After a fortnight means what? 14 days, that is 2 weeks. Continuously 2 weeks he was working to make this time machine, and after that he has not organized it properly. Hurried and disorganized way, that is not properly organized. The time machine was ready. We can try it out tonight. Anand announced to everyone at home at lunchtime. So at lunchtime he is announcing to the family members that they can try that machine today. Okay. I don't know what you have been up to in that room, but you are not trying out anything new, Papa said firmly. So Papa, no, he was doing something new there in his room, but he said that nothing should be experimented there. But it's a time machine. I have invented it. Anand protested. Protested means he said against it. That's so, no, 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 no. I have done it. I have made a time machine. I have invented it. When I say no, I mean no, Papa said, glaring. He was shouting and saying, he was saying firmly that no means no. That means no more invention, no more launching anything new. Poor boy, Ma said, noticing Anand's crestfallen look. So crestfallen look means what? Sad and disappointed appearance. He was sitting very sad because after this much hard work of 14 days, he had invented a time machine, and father is saying not to do any more invention and not to launch it. So he was very sad, and by seeing his face, Ma is saying, poor boy. At least let's take a look at it. So she is convincing her husband, that is Anand's father, by saying that let at least take a look at it. That means what he has done it, we can go and see it. Papa sighed. All right, but if the house falls, it's your fault. So father is scared about his invention, and he's saying that if the house falls, it's your fault. That is whose fault? Ma's fault. As it turned out, we could not try out the time machine that day at all. So that day they were not able to see the working of it. The next day, Papa and Ma were going to Kharagpur, a few hours away from Calcutta. Calcutta means now that place is known as Kolkata. Okay. So Papa and Mama, they both were going to Kharagpur. Okay, so they are not in their house. And why they were going? For a wedding. They were going to Kharagpur for a wedding ceremony. Ma was worried about leaving us alone, but we reassured her. Reassured her means given promise her, or what we will say, convinced her. We are old enough to look after ourselves, Ma, I said, and we can go next door to Sharma auntie if we need anything. So mother was little bit scared that how can she allow these two children to stay at home without any elders in their house. But she said no problem, it's not okay, it's just okay. We are old enough means we are grown up. We are old enough means we are grown up to look ourselves, and if any problem is there, we will go to the next door Sharma auntie's house for the help. And it's only one night, Anand added. And Anand was saying to, he added, uh, this was Anida was saying this. No? So Anand is saying, it's only for one night. Don't worry, we will take care of ourselves. All right. But promise me you won't do anything with that time machine till we come back. So mother is saying that, mother is asking promise that they will not do anything with that time machine. Ma said sternly, looking at Anand. Sternly means what? Firmly. She said firmly that he will not do anything with the time machine. He promised half-heartedly. Half-heartedly means he was not in a mood to give a promise, but mother was looking and saying this firmly, so he gave the promise half-heartedly. Offended at this lack of respect for his creation. Offended means he felt very upset. Why these people are not giving importance to his invention. I breathed a sigh of relief. So he will not do anything with the time machine. So this is part 1. Complete the cause and effect table given below. Anand set up his burglar alarm and rigged it to work when the door was opened softly. What was the effect? Father opened the door softly and the alarm bell was ringing and the water fell on his body. Anida was able to avoid any responsibility as Anand faced the consequence alone. So what is she saying? Remember, I am not involved. Okay, so that is the line we have to write. We watched the movie Back to the Future. What was the effect? Anand decided to invent time machine. Papa firmly said no to trying out the time machine. What happened then? Mother sympathized, isn't it? She sympathized for Anand. Do you think Anand was able to keep his promise regarding the time machine? If yes, why? If not, why not? That we will see in the, anyway. By seeing the lesson's name itself, we can say that he will not be able to keep his promise. Okay, let's see what happened in the story. They left by the afternoon train and were coming back the following evening. They left. They left means who? Parents. Parents left for Kharagpur for attending the wedding by the train, by the afternoon train, and were coming back following evening. Following evening means what? Next evening. Anand fell asleep immediately, but I stayed up to finish a novel. So Anand, he went to sleep, but she was reading the novel and she was trying to come finish. And she wake, but she did not go to sleep because she wanted to finish the novel. At about 11:30, I thought I heard a scratching at the front door. Okay, so by 11:30, she was reading the novel. At that time, she heard a scratching sound at the front door. Telling myself it was only my imagination. So she tried to convince her that it was not a sound, it was her imagination because she was reading the novel. I went back to the book. Back to the book means I started to continue reading. A little later, there was a rattle and a click. I was really scared. Now, some sounds, small sounds were coming. Okay, so there was a small sound and there was a click sound. I was really scared. Scared means she was frightened. I can't tell you what with a murder story before me and then strange noises in the middle of the night. I shook Anand and then whispered. So she was reading a murder story. It was late night. Everywhere there, night time. Everywhere there will be silence. She was reading a murder story. That and some sounds she was hearing some strange noises. And she was so scared and she started to shook Anand. That means when we try to wake up somebody, what we will do, we will shook that person, isn't it? Okay, move it. So she was moving Anand and whispered, listen, there's someone at the door. Whisper means she said slowly to Anand that there's someone at the door. Go and open it then, he muttered groggily. Groggily means sleepily. He was in a sleep, so he said, if anyone is at the door, then go and open it. You silly, someone is trying to get in, I said. Someone is trying to get inside the house. Anand sat up. Who? What? He was sleeping now, so he was not able to understand what she was saying. So he's asking, who? What? I don't know, I said. We shall, we do. So now she is having a confusion what to do. Let's holler for help. So he's saying that we can ask for help. Before we could do anything, the door swung open and we found ourselves looking at a ruffianly fellow with a green scarf around his neck. So before they could do anything or before they could think, what happened? The door swung open. That means the door was open and a person was standing there. What was he wearing? A green scarf. A roughly fellow means what? Rough or violent look means it's not a good looking man. Anand gasped. That means he took a short breath. Hey, it's Bopa, I whispered. It was indeed the fellow who had recently begun sweeping out the compounds in a row of houses. So now, when this man entered the house, she understood that this is a person who is there for sweeping. Okay, he was coming there to sweep. When she saw his face, she understood that this is the man who is the thief. And so he was the thief, and no wonder. He knew exactly when the occupants were out, leaving the coast clear. Let's shout anyway, Anand suggested. So Anand is suggesting that they can shout that there is a thief in their house. The door opened suddenly again in the middle of a discussion. When they were discussing, again the door was opened. No noise from you. Now, where is your father's room? So he is threatening the children and saying that no noise should be made, and he is asking, where is your father's room? I was about to direct him upstairs. That means I was just going to say that father's room is in the upstairs. But before I say, before Anida say, Anand said quickly, the one next to this one. Okay, the boy is saying the next room, the one next to this one means the next room is his father's room. You silly goose, I said angrily as soon as the man had gone. So she's scolding Anand and saying, what did you say this? That's your room. He will come back as mad can be. So she's scared. You have made that man go to into your room. As he go and he will understand that it is your room, he will be coming back to us. At least it will give us some time to think of something. He is saying that by the time he go there and come back, okay, at least it will give us some time to think of something, Anand said. He will take a while to locate the light switch. So he's saying that he will go to that room. He has to find where is the switch to switch on the light. Let's shout. So again, he's saying, let us shout that there is a thief. All of a sudden, there was a crash followed by a loud scream. So they were planning to shout, but all of a sudden they heard a crash followed by a loud scream. Means there was a something crashing, that means something hitting and falling, or some sound was there. Okay, crashing sound was there and a loud scream, somebody shouting loudly. More strange noises emerged from the next room. A few muffled thumbs, an eerie whine, and a low humming sound. So from the room, different types of muffled, not a very clear and loud sound. Airy whine means a strange sound. So different type of sounds were coming from the next room. My time machine, he started it. Anand gasped. Anand is gasping and saying, oh, he has started my time machine. I wish we could get out of this room and see what is happening out there. So he was worried about his time machine. He thought that this thief had started the time machine, so he wanted to see. There was another howl, much fainter this time, and a great deal of clattering. So now again another howl he heard, and also clattering means what? Continuous loud noises were coming from there. We shouted for all we were worth. In a few minutes, we heard footsteps running up our drive. So when all these sounds were coming, the children also started to shout. We shouted for all we were worth. That means how much they can, how loudly they can do, they did it. And when they shouted loudly, in a few minutes, they started to hear the footsteps. That means people were coming towards their house. So that footsteps they can hear now. Thankfully, we recognized Mrs. Sharma's voice along with her husband and Dr. Mohan also a neighbor. So now these people were, their neighbor were coming towards their house. Anand, Anita, children, what's the matter? Where are you? So when they heard this howling sound, they were scared and they were rushing and they were asking, where are you children? Here, we shouted in unison. Means they together they shouted that we are here. In a minute, the door was unlocked. What on earth has been happening here, children? Sharma uncle asked. So by all these sounds, they were also hearing the children are screaming. Some other sounds, strange noises were coming from the house. So these people were asking to him, what on earth has been happening here, children? Both Anand and I fell over ourselves trying to explain. Where is the fellow now? Ourselves trying to explain. That means they were trying to explain now that a thief entered their house, and so these all things happened in our house. Now, after the hearing this, they are asking, where is the fellow now? The last we heard, he was in the time machine, I explained, hastily seeing everyone looking rather puzzled. So now Anida is saying that hastily means quickly. Last the last we heard, he was in the time machine. So they said that this burglar, he has entered into the room and he is in the time machine, and they were surprised because they don't know what is this time machine, and also they were looking very surprised. We entered the room cautiously and turned on the lights. Cautiously means carefully. And they switched on the light. The time machine was still humming softly, but otherwise there was no other sound from the room. Now there was a time machine. It was making a small sound. A humming sound was there, but no one was there in the room. Well, where is he? Dr. Mohan asked, peering behind the door. Did you imagine this? So now he's looking there in the room carefully, everywhere looking there. Where is this burglar? And they were not able to find that man. Oh no, I protested. How could both of us have imagined the same thing? Dr. Mohan is asking, is only this imagination of the children? Then the children are saying, oh no, I protested. Protested means said that it is no, it's not like that. Because how is it possible that how could both of us have imagined the same thing? Maybe he ran out, Anand suggested. Now he's suggesting that maybe that thief has gone out of his house. I'm sure we would have seen him. There's only one way out of this house, and we came the same way as soon as we heard you. Sharma uncle sounded very sure. Very sure means he was very. Sharma uncle was very confident that it's not possible because there is only one way to go out, and from that way they have come in. And if there was a burglar, and if he's going out of this way, we would have seen him. Look, Anand said, pointing to the floor. He was wearing that. Near the panel of switches was the green scarf. Now, the green scarf he was wearing, no, that scarf was there in the room. So he pointed to it and said that that man was wearing. Let's search the house. Perhaps he is still around, Dr. Mohan said, going upstairs. Now they are searching in the house whether he has hidden somewhere else. Boppa was nowhere to be seen. Well, maybe he did run out and we missed him, Mrs. Sharma said at last. I can't imagine what else could have happened. So they are saying that maybe it's possible that he has gone out and we have not seen. Otherwise, he should have been there in the house somewhere, no? But they couldn't find him inside the house. My time machine, he's gone through that. Anand burst out, his eyes shining. So he was very happy and he felt that this man, where is he now? My time machine is gone through that. That means through this time machine he has gone. What an imagination this boy has, Mr. Sharma said, smiling indulgently. Okay, so he was smiling fondly. He was very happy to see this boy's imagination and all. So he's smiling and he's saying that what an imagination. Now off to bed, both of you. So they are asking to go and sleep. I will spend the night here, so you needn't worry about any more intruders now. So he's saying that you just go and sleep. I will be staying here back and nobody will be coming. Intruders means outsiders, people who enter a place without permission. That is, no one from outside will be coming here to your house. Needless to say, Boppa was never seen again. Okay, now after that incident, this Boppa was never seen again. Anand insists that his time machine worked and he disappeared into the past. So Anand believed that where is Boppa now? He has gone to past. Okay, he's not no more now. He has gone somewhere in the past. The machine itself was dismantled. Dismantled means taken apart. It means it is broken now by the papa because he thought that it wasn't safe. Maybe he also had a niggling suspicion that it worked. So now he is also having a small doubt that whether this machine has worked. So we couldn't try it out. Dismantled it. As for Anand, he is convinced that he is a genius and has launched a new project, something about a telephone to contact creatures in outer space. Tell you all about in the next time. As for Anand, he is convinced that he is a genius and has launched a new project. Now he started to think that he is a genius. His machine has worked and now he has started a new project. What is the new project you see? Something about a telephone to contact creatures in outer space. Now he is trying to he's trying to invent a telephone to contact whom? To the creatures in the outer space. Tell you all about in the next time. So Anita is saying that about that story she will be telling you later. The story is written by Anita Rao Badami. Interesting story about Anita and Anand. I hope you have understood this story. If you want the notes of this lesson, please write in the comment box. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.